My hearty blessing also you. So are they ready to speak or I should wait?
You can
You can
speak.
speak now. You can speak now.
Okay. Dandavad pranam. Okay, thank you. Your kindness gives me chance to speak glorification of Srila Gurudev. Actually today according to Indian English calendar, actual Gurudev today his appearance day. And because Gurudev he appeared 1921 7th February. Today also and 7th February. And so actual today, according to Gurudev, appearance day. Just Vaishnav calendar, we also using this word after 3 days, 5 days, would we celebrate Gurudev's appearance day morning also. Anyhow, today is for excellent auspicious day. Today also we celebrate in our Bhagavad Saptaha, Krishna's appearance day. So just I want to speak few words. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmidam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhika Vitadalai Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Vanchakrodrvascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namah Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Nam Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jana Bhutare Sayang Rupa Kadamajjang Dadati Sakpadantikam Ha Devi Ka Kuhara Gada Gada Yadda Vacha Jachini Pattibhuvi Dandavadurvatarte Ashra Prasadamo Budasha Janasa Kritva Gandharviki Nijagane Gananan Videhi Anga Samuel Vichata Mandi Ketendri Varang Jaddang Jachu Gururuchi Sang Pattam Rasa Sriya Bindaruna Nivasam Nidra Saddham Damodaram Radha Skanda Nivishru Jalubhujang Thanks to Damodaram Tavaivasmi Najibami Taya Vina Iti Vigaya Tiradi Tangnami Charanantiki Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my humble, respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my Gurupad Padma Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj and Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Simultaneously offer my humble, respectful Dandavat Pranam, lotus feet of Nitya Lila, Pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satsmad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Guruganda Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakas Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, and all senior devotees and all Vaishnavis and presented all of my respectful guests. So today is very super excellent auspicious day. Just in my introduction my katha I also told to you. According to English calendar, today is Gurudev appearance day. Because Gurudev he appeared in this material world 1921 7th February. Today also just today also 2021 7th February. That means exact 100 years. eh? So we actual today we also and to celebrate Gurudev and Satavarshiki Maha Mahotsav. And Gurudev Satavarshiki, Sata means 100 years. Gurudev Satavarshiki Mahotsav. But in our Vaishnav calendar, we also celebrate 11th of February. Anyhow, um, because Gurudev already central going on, and all Vaishnavas, they also glorify Srila Gurudev life history and his contribution. Just I want to few words as like Narottam Das Thakur pay, paid his obeisances to the feet of um, Rupa Goswami Pad. This verse, you know, Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitang Jana Bhutale Sang Rupa Kadamajjam Dadati Sapadantikam. In the same way, if you recite this verse, Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitang Jana Bhutale Sang Narayanam Kadang Kadahang Dadami Sa Padantikam. Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, who fulfilled all the desires of our previous Acharya, and especially and the desire of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in the same way, when Srila Gurudev will give shelter unto his lotus feet, and because Gurudev, he completely and absolutely fulfilled all the desires of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are four desires of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he predicted, পৃথিবীতে আছে যত নগরাদি গ্রাম সর্বত্র প্রচার হইবে মোর নাম. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted one day my name will be praised all over the world, and everybody will be intoxicated chanting my holy names. Every single person, and they will be chant holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In the same way, Srila Gurudev Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he also fulfilled all his desires, his Guru Pad Padma, and also his previous Acharya, and also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Bani. And so Gurudev was very super excellent, all his qualification. Just before and speaker and Sripad Vijay Krishna Prabhu very nicely and elaborately explained. I am very pleased. Just I was listening his lecture. This is actual the our Guru Parampara. Guru's duty is what? Um, hold the hand of his and disciples and offer to lotus feet of our previous Acharya, and going to Rupa Goswami path, then going to Srimati Radhika. Such as I give an example, Narottam Das Thakur in his one song also very clearly explained. Kabe loko nath more sange laya jabe sirupero pad padme more samorpibe হেন কি হইবে মোর নর্ম সখী গণে অনুগত নরোত্তমে করিবে শাসনে. Narottam Das Thakur, very humble, he recited this Bengali verse. When my Gurudev Loknath Das Goswami, that means Manjulali, he will be hold my hand and offer to lotus feet of Rupa Manjari, and Rupa Manjari will offer to the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. This is called our disciplic succession Guru Parampara. Vijay Krishna Prabhu very nicely explained. Actually, this is the duty of bona fide Guru. Bona fide Guru, he does not want to keep his any disciple in his own pocket. Eh? Understand? Guru's duty is what? Take the hand of his disciple and offer to his Guru Parampara. This is going to this one. So for this regard, Bhaktivinoda Thakur very clearly, Guru Parampara Jano Bhalo Mate. Guru's duty is this. Guru's duty is to take everything from his disciple and offer to his Guru Parampara. Then everything is going to Srimati Radhika, Radha Seva. That means our duty is these things. Eh? Ye Guru Anugatta Seva. we served Srimati Radhika under guidance of our Guru Varga. Eh, Swatantra Seva, that independent service, this is not our aim and object. Our aim and object, how to serve under guidance of our previous Acharya Guru Parampara. Um, so now coming in this way, how Gurudev is very merciful and wonderful. And just I remembering when first I met with Srila Gurudev and in Navadvip Dham, Devananda Gaudiya Math. First day when Gurudev came from Mathura to Devananda Gaudiya Math, and that time I met with Gurudev. Then Gurudev suddenly asked me, eh, eh, "Are you chanting holy names?" I told, yes, I am chanting holy names. Where is your Japamala? That time I told Gurudev, I am chanting Japamala with my fingers. Eh? Gurudev told, no, you have to chant holy names with Tulasi Japamala. That time I told Gurudev, I have no Tulasi Japamala. Then suddenly, eh, I did not ask to him, give me Harinam or not. I did not say anything. Just I told that I am chanting holy name with my fingers. Then Gurudev suddenly he told Naveen Krishna. That time Naveen Krishna, then Madhav Maharaj, he was the personal servant of Srila Gurudev. He told, hey Naveen, bring one Tulasi Mala. And then Gurudev just he chanted and gave me and we chant holy names. Um, this very then I am very happy. Then after 2 months, then Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, who is the Acharya of Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, everybody also received Harinam from him. So I also on the line, and big queue, long queue in there. I was sitting in and in front of him. Um, that time, Gurudev, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he gave Harinam, chanting holy names and give to everybody, and everybody receiving. When I came in front of Gurudev Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, just he noticed that Japamala, and which was, what is called, hanging on my neck. That time, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj told, so who gave this Japamala? That time I told Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he gave me Japamala. Um, then he just saw my Japamala, then he returned back. He did not chant, he did not say anything. Then my heart very and melted and tears rolling down. I'm thinking everybody received Harinam from Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, but Srila Gurudev, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he did not chant holy names, nothing. Just he saw the Japamala, Tulasi Mala and returned back. My heart melted and tears rolling down. I'm feeling so much pain in my heart. Um, then I again returned back to Nan Goswami Maharaj. I cried. And the Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, he did not. That time he told, listen, if I give Harinam to anyone, this is the nature of Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, he did not re-initiate. This is his rules and regulations. And then Srila Gurudev told, don't worry, don't you discriminate between me and Bhaman Goswami Maharaj. And also this thing, same thing Srila Gurudev Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, um, when and he told one day, and you never discriminate me and Narayana Goswami Maharaj. My Harikatha and Narayana Goswami Harikatha is same. You serve to Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and that means you are servicing to me. And Srila Gurudev is saying this. And so many long story, these things way. And so that time, Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he did not give Diksha mantra and Guru mantra and Diksha mantra. He did not. Just he gave Harinam mantra in this way. But after it's very close to Dol Purnima, Gaur Purnima, and that time everybody also on the line. I also on the line, and that time he also same question he asked me. Um, did you receive Diksha Mantra of Narayan Maharaj? No, he gave me the Harinam. That time he also told, okay, you go to Narayan Goswami Maharaj and take permission. Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he has one his speciality, and, without the permission of Narayan Goswami Maharaj, he did not give Diksha Mantra. Then I very quickly came back and through Narayana Goswami Maharaj. That time, maybe 400 and gents and ladies, Grihastha, Banprasti, Sannyasi, all they are sitting in there. All they have to receive Diksha mantra from Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj. That time. Then I'm very quickly, I'm thinking, I don't know what to do now. Then we asked to Narayana Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev Vamana Goswami Maharaj, he asked me, you have to take permission from him. Then I asked to him, then he said, okay, he is the Acharya. Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj told, actual, according our Gaudiya Vedanta Samitis, Acharya and Sabhapati, so you must take Diksha from him. Though my mind also thinking, how possible I will take Diksha from one, a Harinam from one Guru and Diksha from another Guru. But Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaman Goswami, both of them told, actually, we are one, not difference. And so for this regard, he gave me permission. Then again, I came. At that time, I was the last person because I already come to the back. That time is very strict. Eh, understand? Then I was the last person, and that day I was the last person and received Diksha mantra him. Even not when and Srila Nan Goswami Maharaj told you have to take what is called saffron cloth. And, and that time I also came in front of him, Baman Goswami, then Baman Goswami Maharaj. He told everybody have to take permission from Nan Goswami Maharaj. Because Srila Baman Goswami Maharaj, he was very humble and always very humble. And he also always used this word, the Nan Goswami Maharaj, he is my and guardian. Guardian? And whatever he will be give permission instruction me, I have to follow his instruction. So for this regard, and one thing, Srila Nan Goswami Maharaj, he was very kind and merciful to me, and he told me, you have to come with me Mathura and Vrindavan. Then I also am very eager to come in Vrindavan because I heard that Vrindavan, all the trees, all the birds, and everybody also chanted Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. So that one is very simple. And that time was only 21 years old. And, and very neophyte actual. I don't know this thing, any tattva siddhanta. But I heard, Hey Vrindavan ko vriksha ko, maram na jane koi, डाल डालार पात पात में राधे राधे होई. So Srila Gurudev, he brought me in Mathura, and but I am very eager and I have to go Vrindavan and listen how the trees of Vrindavan they are chanting Radhi Radhi. So one day I asked Srila Gurudev Nan Goswami Maharaj, "Hey, Gurudev, everybody are saying the trees of Vrindavan they are chanting Radhe, the birds of Vrindavan are chanting Radhe." Then Gurudev twist my ears and very soft and gently slapped on my cheek. Then Gurudev told, actually this is a transcendental world. Then Gurudev explained about three types of Vrindavan. Just I remember, Gurudev very clearly explained Tattva Siddhanta. One is called Drisyaman Prakash Vrindavan. What you are now looking, that the place that is called Drisyaman Prakash Vrindavan. Now we are going to Vrindavan, Radha Kunda, Sam Kunda, Giriraj Govardhan, Seva Kunja. This is called Drisyaman Prakash. What we are looking in our material vision eyes. Or another is called Prakat Vrindavan, another is called Aprakat Vrindavan. Gurudev very nicely he explained this Tattva Siddhanta. Prakat Vrindavan means when Krishna and he descended from his Golok Vrindavan with his own associates Parikar and performed sweet Leela. That is called Prakat Vrindavan. And the Aprakat Vrindavan, that is Golok Vrindavan, the Leela is always in going on. And so Gurudev very nicely explained. For this regard, Gurudev told actually in Aprakat Golok Vrindavan and transcendental Golok Vrindavan, all the trees, all the birds, all the Brajavasis, they are chanting. And this is Radhi, Radhi, Radhi. Actual, this is the conclusion. So in this way, I came with Gurudev, Srila Nan Goswami Maharaj, with his love and affection. Only I am staying with him. And Gurudev, he also told me one thing. Hey, you never leave me. Always stay with me. And so I promised. And so for this regard, and until Gurudev, he was staying in this material world, I did not go anywhere. Even I did not go any temple of Devananda or Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. Just I also, and once I also made Chuchuda and Calcutta temple. Then I came coming here also, and I've never also independently going here and there. I never also independently listen Harikatha here and there. When Gurudev um, introduce, then I listen Harikatha. Otherwise not. Always we are one pointed with Gurudev, and because Gurudev one day he told one katha, eh, if you want to Manjari Bhav, I remember these things. Just I honestly tell to you. What is meaning of Manjari Bhav? One pointed with Srimati Radhika. Radhaika Nishtha. If you have Radhaika Nishtha, then you must be and attain and the service of Lotus Feet of Srimati Radhika. And because later we just I also and her Lotus lips of Vaishnavas, the what is called Manjari Bhav, how one pointed. Now I am remembering why Gurudev he told this thing. You should be one pointed with me. Radhika Nishtha means his words. Only one point to the Guru Pada Padma. And as like again, our my Gurudev Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, always he also recited one Bengali verse. আমি তো রাধিকার পক্ষপাতী সদা যে জন সে জন ভরে যে পথে সে বোধ আমি তো রাধিকার পক্ষপাতী सदा राधा पद छाड़ी जो श्रीमती राधा जी की वन हु आप लोग हिंदी भाषी है ना मेरा देख करके हिंदी आती जाए Radhikar Pakkapati. And we should be one pointed with Srimati Radhika. Three types of Sakhis of Srimati Radhika. That's called Radha Nishtha Sakhis. And another is called Krishna Nishtha Sakhi. Or another is called Ubhay Nishtha Sakhis. Radha Nishtha Sakhi, that is called Manjari Bhav. Because here also Gurudev many times very nicely quoted one verse from Bilab Kusmanjali. That time Gurudev, he spoke all the high levels katha. And actually, you know, Rag Likha Didi, she also once he also complained to Gurudev. Hey Gurudev, you always spoke high level katha in Mathura or sometime Vrindavan. Why not speaking high level katha in Delhi? That time Gurudev he used this word. भैंस के आगे बेन बजावे भेन पकड़ावे. That means is what? If you spoke the high level and rhythm of song that the buffalo cannot understand, just chewing the grass. In the same way, Gurudev told in this verse, do you know the Mathura Vrindavans, the devotees, brahmacharis, how many years they are servicing to me, and how many tattvas they know, or you are complete neophyte. So how do you understand? First you understand, Gurudev asked, do you know the sloka of Upadesamritam? And Bacho Begam Manaso Krudo, I know. So how do you understand this katha? So Gurudev also told this thing. You have to learn and step by step and develop your bhajan and sadhan. So now we're coming this way. Gurudev and once he also recited this verse, Bilap Kusumanjali's first look. Tam Rupa Manjari Padita Pure Usmin. In this verse also very nicely explained this. Those who are the one pointed of Srimati Radhika, that is called Radhaika Nishtha, and that is called Manjari Bhav. And the Manjari, they never independently meet with Krishna. And so for this regard, when Krishna embraced to Srimati Radhika, all the symptoms and automatically are reflected in the heart of the Manjaris. Actually, this is called Manjari Bhav. Just my Bhavollas Rati. So many deeply you analyze these things. How Gurudev always he spoke high level katha, these things. And simultaneously, Gurudev also gave many class every day. That time Gurudev, he gave 4 classes of our brahmacharis. At the morning, then midday, then another also 4 p.m., then another 6 p.m. In this way, Gurudev, he gave so much strength to us. And I am not be proud, but I have to proud. Why? Because Gurudev, he gave so much love and affection. He gave so much blood for us, and I cannot repay. As like Krishna told to Srimati Radhika, no pareham nirabadam samjam sasadu kritta vivodu sapivo, jama durjana griya shrinkhala sangbrisha pratijatu sadhuna. And so in the same way, and I also again and again pay my obeisances lotus feet of Srila Guru Padma, who fulfilled all the desires of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so Gurudev, he is so kind and so merciful. And how can I explain my heart? And sometimes just I also I'm thinking the most of the time or the after Kartik, then after 2 days, after 2 3 days, I leave Mathura or Vrindavan. I don't want to stay Mathura Vrindavan. Many devotees also complain to me, they, why are you leaving and going? And most of the time you also spend in Western country, Brazil and Holland and America and here and there. Why? Why not staying in Braj? Actually, I never opened my heart. Today is very super excellent day. I open my heart, lotus feet of Guru Pad Padma. Actually, when Gurudev departed from this material world, I cannot to tolerate separation from my Guru. Srila Goswami Maharaj. When I used to come in Mathura, and when I saw Gurudev's room completely empty, then I cannot tolerate myself. I'm thinking, why have I keeping my life here in this body? As like Srila and Lochand, what is his name? কেন বা আছে প্রাণ সেই যে আনিল প্রেম প্রেম ধন করুণা প্রচুর পাষাণে কুটিব মাথা অনলে পশিব গৌরাঙ্গের গুণের নিধি কোথা গেলে পাবো বাস actual I remember these things. Without Gurudev, my life is useless. So I again and again pay my obeisances, lotus feet of my Gurudev, Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and also and give shelter and unto his lotus feet and serve his lotus feet. And according his mood, Gurudev also always he told, you serve mm, to me according to mood, my mood also this. So when you chant holy names, you must remember these things. And I am not Guru, and I am not Guru. Actual, I am just taking the instruction. Recall, I am bearing the instruction Srila Gurudev. Gurudev very clearly told me 2008 or 9 in Govardhan. He told me you can listen the Gurudev voice and audio. Gurudev told me you have to give diksha and to everywhere. And Gurudev this lecture for just I also following the instruction my Guru. I don't know I am which adhikari, Kanishta adhikari, Madhyam adhikari, Uttam adhikari. I don't know. I know only one thing. I have to follow the instruction my Gurudev, not other than these things. Eh, and for this, many person also thinking, oh, he's maybe Uttam Adhikari, he's not Uttam Adhikari. I have to search Uttam Adhikari. I'm told you can search as you like, but I have to follow the instruction my Guru. And do or my die. This is my these things, not other things. If anybody have faith with me and come, I have to hold his hand tightly and over to lotus feet of Srila Gurudev Narayana Goswami Maharaj, who is transcendental world, serve his Istadev, different color Srimati Radhika, and he serves to Srila Radhika in Raman Manjari. And actually, you don't know that time Ach also Brahmachari. And so Gurudev, he told his own and transcendental form. And also I and Savita, she also knows these things. And Gurudev also write, and he's also transcendental name, Raman Manjari. And so just I were told these things, but later also manifested. And Gurudev also spontaneously, he also joked and laughed with me many things. I'll not also saying these things. I don't want to speak my spiritual body. I don't know. But Gurudev sometimes he also laughed and joked and saying these. And sometimes also Madhav Maharaj, that is Novin Brahmachari, he also laughed and joked with me. And again, I don't worry. And he has so much, especially Madhav Maharaj, Navin Krishna Brahmachari, he has so much love and affection with me. And when he used to go somewhere, he also gave me chance to serve to Gurudev. And when Madhav Maharaj and Navin Krishna Brahmachari used to go somewhere to collection, and that time also I served to Gurudev. Um, and he's also and different also different service. I don't know then this way. So for this regard, I got the chance to serve to Srila Gurudev. And Gurudev so much love and affection. And especially when I and travel with Gurudev in Western country, Gurudev directly, he also gave me instruction. Hey, Ban Maharaj, he will cook for me. Especially Sasikala Didi, and they also know. They are must be they are listening this my katha. And when I was in Holland, Gurudev, when he was staying in Holland, and Gurudev directly he told, oh, Ban Maharaj, he will cook for me. And maybe Naveen or Madhav Maharaj, he will and to write my books and something help my Didi this way. So when Gurudev he was in Holland or England, and most of the time I also and cooked for Gurudev. Now some Madhav Maharaj, he's so much love and affection, sometimes also very kind to me, and he also gave me chance to serve for Gurudev. And once I remember one katha when I was staying in England, and that time Gurudev he was staying um, in the one devotee's house, and all devotees there, so, and his house very small. I was staying in another house, but Gurudev also don't know, but Maharaj has to come cook for me. That time every day, and what is his name? Mm, eh, one devotee he also dropped me, and so dropped where Gurudev is staying. That time Madhav Maharaj he also joked with me. Oh, now he's coming as like Kundalata. He also used this word. Many also he also used this and laughing, joking, and that the Gurudev also laughed and joking with me. And Gurudev so pleased with me when I cooked for him. I don't know how to cook, but Gurudev is very so merciful. He accepted my cook and these things. Gurudev is so kind. And even when I was staying in Mathura, Gurudev, and every time he asked me, hey, where is Subalsaka, where is Ban Maharaj? If I would come to let present in his class, Harikatha, then he also calls me, where is it? Because sometimes I also used to collection in market. So maybe little bit come late back. So for this regard, Gurudev, he sometimes you draw actual today I gave class little bit late for you. Why did you not come with this? And I'd never mixed, I'd never uh, miss is any Harikatha. And this is the things. And Gurudev, he also told, and you may listen Gurudev Katha, just he also repeated Gurudev Katha. Gurudev told, Ban Maharaj, he spoke all my Katha, Gurudev, and he has a nistha with me. Even his Harikatha, he spoke what I am speaking, what I have listened from Srila Nan Goswami Maharaj. And Gurudev also told, when Gurudev gave me sannyas, that time he told, I am giving sannyas to Ban Maharaj, he will be praised in Western country. Eh, so for this regard, I am always try to and follow the instruction of Srila Gurudev. And Gurudev, now he will give me mercy. I will not take too much of your time. All you give mercy. I'm very humble. All you are higher than me, and I'm not qualified. All you are very qualified. So all you give blessing on my head. Maybe one day I will serve my beloved Gurudev. And Panchakripā Sindhu Vaivacha Paditānaṁ Pāvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. And especially one thing I told, now Sasikala Didi has come. Once Gurudev, he had to stay another house. They also planned everything, Brajanath, and also Madhav Maharaj, and also, what is his name? Um, another name, who always drive the car, Gurudev. Hey, Sasikala. Um,
Gopinath. Gopinath
no, no,
Prabhu.
no. In Holland.
And Holland.
Shat, and they have to stay on the Gurudev. Then Sasikala Didi, she was crying, oh Gurudev, he will not stay in my house. And could you remember? Then that time I also told to Gurudev, Gurudev, you have to stay Sasikala's house. That time Gurudev told, I heard, oh, he have to stay, and his house is little bit higher. and so many, and maybe stairs, 2 or 3 stairs. And Gurudev, don't worry, the devotees will be helped you. How do they? Then Gurudev, okay, you are saying I have to stay Sasikala's house. That time Gurudev, he also staying here, staying her house. Could you remember? And she
Yes.
was crying. Oh, Gurudev, you're not staying here, my. And why I'm saying Gurudev, so much love and affection. Even I will tell also to you one thing. 2010, Gurudev last Basa Puja, that they all the devotees they arranged the Gurudev last Basa Puja should be in South Africa. Then I also came to Gurudev. Gurudev, they in South Africa, how many devotees will please you come in Brazil, because I think 6 or 7 years you did not go Brazil. They are completely desert. They are waiting for you. That time Gurudev told, how many devotees you will? I guarantee you 1,000 devotees, Brazilian 1,000 will come. You. Okay, you arrange, then I have to go. Then Gurudev changed and all the plans. And he didn't, he changed, no, I will not go. And my Basa Puja will not and perform in South Africa. My Basa Puja should be in Brazil. And then I also arranged that year. And Gurudev, these things. So many things, also these things I remember. Gurudev was merciful and all the devotees there. Bancha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanang Pavane Bhu Vaishnava. Thank you for kindness. Give me chance to speak Harikatha. And I always indebted to you and especially Holland devotees. They have so much love and affection. And I think they love our beloved Gurudev. Same way, they also love to me, especially Maya, Sasikala, and all his family's member. And and so long time I was staying in their house, Premanandi, and also Vijay Krishna and Rasapriya and all this. Not only this, I also arranged their marriage ceremony also. And all their, I am actual their family's member. I think they never separate from me. I did everything in there. And ask to them, they know everything. And, and Sasikala Didi and Maya, how they are cooked for me. And always eating. And this, actual, I am not and far from them. I am actual their family's member because Gurudev, they have Gurudev, he has so much love and affection with them. Because Shastra is saying, you love to someone who loves to Guru. Eh? So I am always indebted, all your families, and in all the devotees of Holy Land. Gurudev always, this is not the Holland. This is called Holy Land. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Jai Pramanande Di ki jai. Jai Vijay Krishna Prabhu ki jai. Jai all devotees ki jai. Maya ki jai. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Jai Gurudev ki jai. Gaur Premanande. I will not take too much of your time. Thanks.
Sripad Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for your wonderful.
Thank you for your kindness. Your lockdown, everything. Actually, this is not lockdown. This is called and up down. I am only with you. Good Premanandi. Okay. Hare Krishna. Just all we are taking prasad. Now we are 9 o'clock. Thank you for your kindness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for Maharaj, Sripad Maharaj. And Sripad Maharaj, he is very dear to us. Since 1997, he is coming to Holland. Actually, our house is actually his house. Actually, it is not our house, it is his house. So he is very dear to us. And as he said, one time Srila Gurudeva also wanted to go when we moved to another place, and we lived on the third floor. And at that time, Srila Gurudeva was in a dilemma to come or not. And then finally, someone made the decision that Srila Gurudeva would stay that time in another house. So I was crying. I was very sad because I made so many arrangements together with my family. But then Sripad Maharaj went to Srila. He saw me crying. Suddenly he saw me, and then he said, "Come, let us go to Gurudev." So when we went to Srila Gurudev, then Sripad Maharaj, he explained that he saw me crying outside. And then Srila Gurudev said to Sripad Maharaj, "Whatever you will decide, I will do." And then Sripad Brahma said, my decision is that you should go to Shashikala and her family's house. And then Gurudev said, I will follow your order. So you can see how dear Sripad Brahma is for Srila Gurudev. And as Sripad Brahma was explaining, that Srila Gurudev invested so much knowledge, and he trained them so much. Like when Srila Gurudev came to in this world on earth, then he's coming. Pure devotee is not coming alone, so they are bringing their associates with them. And one of his dearest associates is Sripad Maharaj, and you can see how much he has done for Srila Gurudev. And he was also saying that when Srila Gurudev came to Europe or other countries, when Srila Gurudev went there, then Srila Gurudev each time was asking Sripad Maharaj to cook there. And I was assisting Sripad Maharaj. And one time during a festival, I remember that one time Srila Gurudev was asking me, oh, Sripad Maharaj, what kinds of Harikatha is speaking in Holland? Then I said, Gurudev, he's just speaking general Harikatha. Then Srila Gurudev said to me, you know, he is Kala from outside, but from inside he's also Kala. He's black from outside and he's black from inside. I said, why you're saying like this, Srila Gurudev? Then Srila Gurudev said, because he has so much knowledge inside and realization inside his heart, but he is not, keeping for himself. He's not distributing to you all. And then I said, Gurudev, you should tell to him to distribute to us also during your absence. Then Srila Gurudev said, you should go to Sripad Maharaj and tell him to speak, like also open his heart. Then I said, Gurudev, better you speak to him. To you, he will listen. I don't know if he will listen to me. And then Srila Gurudev said, go and search for Sripad Maharaj. Then I went outside, I was searching, and then finally I found Sripad Maharaj. I saw he was about to do arti. He was and also sing for he was about to sing during arti, evening arti. And then I went to Sripad, I interrupted him. Then I said, Srila Gurudev is calling for you, so you should immediately go and to Srila Gurudev. And then then we both then he went with me, but I don't know, somehow or someone or another, instead of I saw that so many tears Sripad Maharaj got in his eyes when I was saying to him on the way that Srila Gurudev was saying that you are black from outside and inside, and you have so much jewels in your heart, but you are not distributed to us. And he started, he became very emotional, and so much tears came in his eyes. And instead of walking towards Srila Gurudev, he went to another way. So I don't know how it ended, but I know from that day that Sripad Maharaj is not an ordinary person. And also during his stay here in Holland, when he is here, each time in the room of Srila Gurudev, in which he's staying and all the sannyasis are staying, he's each time experience something. He is always getting instruction of Srila Gurudev in this room. So I want to show you all the room in Srila Gurudev's room here in Holland, in which all the sadhus are staying, and which is Srila Gurudev's room also. So I will guide you in this. So you can see here, this is Srila Gurudev's room. You can see outside, this is the view that Srila Gurudev had. Outside you can see snow. And this is the bed of Srila Gurudev. This is the chapel of Srila Gurudev, which he was used to wear here in our house. And that is this is the chair of Srila Gurudev. And here is the danda, which Srila Gurudev made for Sripad Maharaj when he got sannyas, and his danda is still here. So this danda I kept here in Holland, and it's a remembrance of Srila Gurudev, Sripad Maharaj. And sometimes other sannyasis, when they are needing this, they are using this danda. So this is and you can see outside is lots of snow. And because it is snowing, I like to share something with you about. One time during winter time, just like this, Srila Gurudev came in Germany, and my mother was there, and she wanted each time, like Sripad Maharaj was cooking, also my mother and me together, we were also cooking. Sometimes with Sripad Maharaj, we were assisting him, and sometimes we were just cooking because Srila Gurudev asked us also to cook. And then, so, but at that period, it was it was snowing so much. And then my mother went with Tunga Vidya Didi of Gopinath Bhavan outside for a walk. So they were talking about the glories. As they were walking, they were talking about the glories of Srila Gurudev. And that area where they were walking was covered with lots of snow, and it was very cold outside. And so everywhere you could see white snow. And so Tunga Vidya and my mother thought, oh, it is a resting time. Srila Guru is resting, everyone is resting. So she said to Tunga Vidya, let's go outside for a walk in the snow. So as they were walking and talking, they had nice conversations about Srila Gurudev. And so my mother was telling her about her experience and also sharing the experience with Srila Gurudev from her point of view. And before they knew, they walked very far away from they were very far away from the location of the festival. And suddenly, my mother remembered, oh, we have to cook for Gurudev, and we are far away, so we should return immediately. But then, then they were looking where they were, because they didn't notice actually where they were walking. And my mother got shocked, and because she saw that there was less time for starting with cooking for Srila Gurudev. And so how to return on time? So they were in dilemma what to do. So it was like that. They were where they were standing, there was a big hill. The hill was not too high, but was quite high. And so then my mother said to Tunga Vidya, if you have to walk again the same route back, then we will be late. Then Tunga Vidya came with a plan. He said, oh, maybe we have to climb up the hill, and from there we can easily reach on time. So they were, so my mother and Tunga Vidya, they were climbing up the hill. And what happened, the hill was covered with lots of snow, just like you saw outside. It was covered with lots of snow. And so it was very difficult actually to climb up. So, and despite that, they were still making endeavor to climb, and they went higher and higher. And as they reached the higher place, actually when they were climbing, and they became very surprised, because they encountered that the snow was not only slippery, it was slippery there. There was ice instead of snow in the top of the hill. They discovered that. And then suddenly, they were when they were climbing when they were climbing the hill, then suddenly the slipper of my mother, shoe of my mother, fell downstairs, and it was snowing there. And but still, she thought, if I will pick up my shoe, then we will lose time. So in one, so she was only wearing one shoe, and the other feet there was only a sock she was wearing. But still, she was climbing, and suddenly she was slipping down. And then she saw some twigs, and she was holding the twigs, and by the assistance of the twigs, they reached the upper level. And then when they reached there, and then from there, it was very easy to go down. So then suddenly when they reached down, and they found out that they were just on time there for cooking for Srila Gurudev, but it was freezing outside, so they went first to change their clothes, first to take a hot shower, and change their clothes. And suddenly, they went for cooking. So this was the adventure. When I was seeing the snow, so I was thinking about that scene. my mother, what she was doing for cooking on time for Srila Gurudev to reach there early together with Tungavidya Didi. Each time when both of them are together, then each time I'm afraid which adventure they will experience next time. So I'm always keeping an eye on them when they are both together. So in India or somewhere else, because each time they are up to adventures. And also, I remember also that when Srila Gurudev was came to the West, in the beginning, he was wearing lots of shawls. And like 3-4 shawls he was wearing because he was each time having a very cold here in Holland. And then one time I thought, better to introduce Srila Gurudev thermal clothes. And then one time Srila Gurudev went to Germany, and it was during winter time. So Vrinda Didi came to our house. So I, in one suitcase, collected very warm clothes for Srila Gurudev, like a sweater, thermal shirts, and legging, for wearing inside, and many things for keeping him warm. So, but then Vrinda Didi took all the things to Germany finally, and we were supposed to depart 3-4 days later, but Vrinda Didi's flight was earlier, so she went there to Germany, and then she gave the suitcase to Srila Gurudev, and she said, "Oh, Shashikala has sent this to you, and there are warm clothes. You should wear these things." But and then like 3-4 days later, I reached Germany, and then Srila Gurudev called me, and someone came to me and said that Gurudev is calling for you. So I went to Srila Gurudev's room. And then Srila Gurudev said, "I saw that you sent a suitcase with warm clothes, but you should explain me how to wear this." And then I was taking out one by one each item, and then and then Gurudev, but I was giving to Gurudev. Gurudev was taking his upper clothes and he was wearing, and I told him in which way he had to wear. And since the time, Gurudev was wearing a different style of clothes, like warm clothes instead of lots of shawls. And so sometimes when I went to India in the during Kartik time, it was very cold each time. So I brought each time warm clothes for him and all the sannyasis. And then especially the thermal shirts was of the brand Craft. And then Srila Gurudev said, "Oh, did you brought Craft for me?" And then I said, "Oh, yes, Gurudev." And then Gurudev said, "Oh, so many items you brought again for me. I should start a shop," he said, "because you brought so many things to me." I said, "Gurudev, it is for you and also for the sannyasis." And and also Gurudev was also wearing a special shoe in the beginning of the brand Amita. So each time, in his last days, it was like that the company who was making the shoe for Srila Gurudev was not making that anymore, that model shoe, but Srila Gurudev was wearing. So then Srila Gurudev, he contacted with me in Holland. He said, "Oh, you should search for me. Maybe you can find in another company, or maybe they have still a few pairs of that shoe left, the Amita shoes. Can you search for me?" Then I found 2 pairs, but in a different color, like blue color and Bordeaux color. And then I brought it to Srila Gurudev, so he was very pleased. But later on, the company stopped with making the shoe. And then finally, I told Gurudev, "You should wear now Crocs." And then finally, he was wearing Crocs. So I introduced him. So so many pastimes I'm like, oh yeah, Srila Gurudev. He was also there was also a toothbrush which Gurudev was using of Holland that was Sensodyne, the brand Sensodyne. And each time he was saying, each time when you are coming to me to India, you should bring for me Sensodyne toothbrush. And so each time I brought Sensodyne toothbrush. So, and also when he came to Europe, I had to bring each time for him. So that is very nice that Srila Gurudev was using the things which I brought for him. And And during festivals, like when we had European festivals, each time Gurudev was asking me to bring vegetables for him when he was in Italy or in Germany. Then because those countries, they didn't have the vegetables which Srila Gurudev was using. And one time Uma Didi was here in Holland. And so at the time she was like Ranga Didi, she was not traveling with Uma Didi. So what happened? One time I had to because it was lots of vegetables, and we could carry like 2 or 3 suitcases ourselves, and the other parts of vegetable I each time had to distribute in the at the airport and give to other devotees. One time it appeared like Uma Didi was here and she was traveling with us to Italy. And then when we were at the airport, so I was distributing the vegetable to other devotees so that they could carry also. They kept an empty space for the vegetables in their suitcase. So I was distributing. And one devotee came late, so I had to wait for that person because I couldn't carry the vegetables myself. So otherwise, it would be too much. I was not allowed to carry the rest of the vegetables. So later on, that a devotee arrived at Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam, and then I give him. And then suddenly we noticed that we had the airplane would depart actually like 40 minutes after. And as you know, Uma Didi couldn't walk fast. So I thought, oh my God, we will miss the plane and the flight. And but then, so the other devotees to who I give the vegetable, they ran to the gate, so to be on time to enter in the airplane. But I couldn't run with Uma Didi. So, and then I was thinking, oh my God, the main vegetables are with me and with our family. So, and how to reach on time there at the gate. So, and Uma Didi and me, we started to pray, oh Krishna, you have to do something because the main vegetables are with us. If we will not, if we will miss the flight, then Srila Gurudev will be with less vegetables, and also, yeah, but he will eat there. So and then after that, we got there was an announcement at the airport that the flight is delayed, and the flight was delayed. So me and Uma Didi, my mother, my sister, we were walking slowly there, and the rest of the devotees, they were running there to reach us to catch the flight on time. But we because of Krishna's arrangement, we could walk slowly, and even when we reached, we had still 1 hour before the flight would depart. So we can see that. That's how Krishna is making arrangements for his dear devotees, so that that they will be facilitated in the vegetables in this way. And also one time during when we went to Italy, it was like that I was initiated. I think I was new, and I got my second initiation in 1996. And then next time when I went to Italy, then the devotees there asked me to do offering and for Thakurji, and because they knew I was initiated, there were less people there at the time. So I got so the host there, she asked me to do the offering. So I thought, oh my God, I was just initiated, and I was not so much educated in offering. But I thought, oh, I got a paper in which all the mantras was mentioned. So I went there to the altar, and so I was studying what to do. So there I saw lots of Thakurji, like lots of Radha Krishna were there, lots of Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra were there, lots of Mahaprabhu were there, Nityananda and Gaur Gadadhar was there. So I was in a dilemma how to do the offering. And I knew from someone informed me before that if you if you want to offer, then first you have to remove the mukut and the flute of Krishna, then you have to do offering. So I was looking at the paper and looking at the deities, and also with my plate, the plate for offering was ready. So I was in a dilemma what to do. And then suddenly I thought, okay, let me start with the Pranam mantra and inviting Srila Gurudev with the Pranam mantra to come, because I knew that Srila Gurudev is the one who is doing offering. I'm just an assistant of Srila Gurudev. So I recited the mantra, Idam Asanam and Shri Gurudeve Namaha. And what happens there, where the altar was the door of Srila Gurudev. And suddenly the door, someone opened the door and I saw Srila Gurudev. So normally, if you're reciting the invitation mantra, Idam Asnam, Gurudev, can you take a seat? In reality, Srila Gurudev came there and there was an asan and he was sitting there next to the altar. And I got, very much nervous because I thought, oh my God, normally if you're inviting, you are not seeing Gurudev, and I know I'm seeing Srila Gurudev, what to do? So I thought, oh my God, what to do? So I did my pranam to Srila Gurudev and I went further. But I was thinking Srila Gurudev is watching at me, and now I have to do in a correct way. So I cannot make any mistake. So I started doing the paper, and the offer plate was there. And then Srila Gurudev said, huh, what are you doing? And then I said, Gurudev, I'm about to do the offerings. Srila Gurudev said, oh, do you think that Radha Krishna, they have patience? They don't have patience the way you are doing. They will walk away. I thought, oh my God. Then I said, okay, Gurudev, now I'm going to do quickly recite the mantras. Then I started to remove all the mukhus of all the deities. So many deities, like maybe 50 deities were there at the altar at the time. So as I started to remove all the mukhus, the flutes of all the Krishnas. Then Srila Gurudev was watching. He said, what are you doing now? Then I said, Gurudev, according to the paper, I have to remove all the flutes and mukhus. Gurudev said, do you think Radha Krishna has so much time? And then Srila Gurudev said, if you want to do offering, it should be very fast. So, and you should close the curtain and leave. And from then, from a distance, you should recite the rest of the mantra. It should be very fast. Then I went to Srila Gurudev. I said, Gurudev, but according to the paper, you have to recite this, this, this. Then Srila Gurudev said, do you want to listen to me? Do you want to follow me or follow what was written in the paper? And I said to Srila Gurudev, okay, Gurudev, I want to follow you, of course. Then that day, Srila Gurudev explained me how to do offering in a short way. And what he has explained to me, I have explained to all the devotees here in Holland, because here in India, the pujari has lots of time for doing offering, and they are doing in a different way. But Gurudev gave me a shortcut of how to do offering in a nice way, in a proper way. So that was a very nice experience with Srila Gurudev, that he trained me, gave training. He gave me training in that.